Hello, everyone, and welcome to Warrenguard on Critical Misses. I'm Natalie Putum, and in addition to being the writer of Warrenguard, I'll be your GM tonight. We've got a really fun episode planned for you. You all are on the hype train, but we're about to get on the dragon train. But before we do that, let's go around and meet all of our players. And we'll start with you, Anita. Who are you and who are you going to be playing? Oh, you're muted to stream.
Second. Here we go. I'm back.
All right, go ahead and start over. Tell us who you are and who you're going to be playing.
Hi, everybody. Thanks again for that 47% of level 4 hype train. Seems to mean less now that I have to say it twice, but I still love you. Thank you. I am playing Vera tonight. Vera uses she, they pronouns. Tonight I am a genderless blob, because that's how I feel. And Vera is the leader of the Warrenguard, the old timer, and the writer of Cloudsbane, who uses any pronouns.
All right. AJ can't be with us here today, but AJ is everywhere as Husha Kid and normally plays Florian, the caretaker. But we're gonna keep going with you, Val. Val, who are you and who are you gonna be playing?
Am I? I don't know. Hi, I'm Val or Space Valkyries. I'm playing Sophie, the fresh face, and her purple dragon Reina. Yep, I remember words tonight.
We've been off a week. It's okay. Uh, James, who are you and who are you gonna be playing?
Hello, everybody. I'm James. I use she, they pronouns. And today I'm playing Talon, who uses they, he pronouns, the ace of the Warren, who writes Clash, the really good at things dragon, who uses she, they pronouns.
All right. And lastly, Miguel, who are you and who are you going to be playing?
Hi, hello, and howdy, everyone. I'm Miguel. I use they, he pronouns. I am playing Abigail, the outsider, who uses they, them pronouns, and Abigail rides Bolt, the fastest thing in the sky, also uses they, them.
All right. And before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out. We are playing this game is split into chapters. Each chapter is a new setup for a new scenario. But tonight we're going to be playing a brand new chapter to the game, written by friend of the game, Brian LaBerge, who wrote this chapter, Dragon Train. So I hope you all enjoy it. So, as we open, Tidehold Warren is just leaving the horizon behind you as you head west, deeper into the continent. You all have been dispatched because a train has gone missing. You see, the world of Warrenguard is connected by rails, and those rails are powered by primitive steam-powered engines that are kept going by bronze or red or any of the fire-breathing dragon's breath. They're also protected by the small Warren Guard that is assigned to the trains. And these trains bring much needed shipment and goods. As Tidehold has more fish than they can really feed your dragons, you trade with the desert hold of Lightning's Rest, your fish.
Oh.
And in exchange, they give you metals, precious things that can be traded. The gold that decorates Reyna's horn comes from the mines below Lightning's Rest. But a train was supposed to come in 3 days ago, and it has not arrived. So the Elder Council of Tidehold has dispatched, has assigned you, Vera, to take some of your dragon riders and go find out what happened to the train. You decided it would be with the hole in the barrier, it would be best to leave someone behind and you decided that person should be Florian. Why did you pick Florian to stay behind?
Lorian is probably one of the most trustworthy members of the Warrenguard. Um, it's not that I don't trust the other members of the Warrenguard. It's that Sophie's a little too young. Abigail's Abigail, and Talon is
Okay.
Talon is way too brash.
Uh-huh. So really, when it came to leaving someone behind, you really only had one choice.
It had to be
Yeah.
Florian.
Yeah. So you fly out toward the west. Abigail, how are you doing being away from your comfy, cozy bed? You've had to pack your goods onto the back of Bolt as best you can.
Not gonna lie, it's a lot of goods. It takes a lot to maintain this, you know what I mean? But we did it.
Mhm,
My squire was very helpful getting everything packed. But honestly, no, I love a good trip, so this is exciting for me.
mhm.
One of, I think, my hidden deep down secret desires is to join a train Warrenguard someday and not be tied down, but that's not really in line with what the stands do. We're very like proper. You have your trajectory already planned out for you and everything. But I've already been effing that up, so why not just dig my hole deeper?
Yeah. Uh, Talon, you were supposed to have a date tonight,
Sure.
Robin.
Yeah. I missed the latter half of your sentence. I'm so sorry. My brain turned off after date tonight.
Uh, you were supposed to have a date tonight with Robin.
Sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
imagine that like
She was finally going to introduce you to her uncle who hates
oh, not
dragon
the
riders.
uncle. Oh God. Yeah, I think Talon is like I think normally like up here, especially in these like long stretches of flying, Talon is like the most relaxed that they ever are, and I think we're on the opposite end of the spectrum this time. I think Talon's got the like up too early Christmas morning grumbling dad energy.
Uh-huh.
Probably still in like a shirt that's too nice to be flying for this amount of distance, and it's sort of just like as much as a Warrenguard or as a dragon rider can like safely cross their arms and brood a little bit on board their dragon midair, I think that's kind of the energy that Talon is exuding today.
Uh-huh. And Sophie, this is your first long trip by Dragonback. You traveled from the Caldera to Tidehold on your to come to your first assignment, but this is your first trip like with the Warrenguard, traveling together. How is Sophie handling it?
If Talon is like a grumpy dad at Christmas, Sophie is the kid just eagerly bouncing or like vibrating through space and time because this is like the coolest thing. It's just a new experience, like a new challenge, and she's just completely ready. She thinks she is.
And Vera, back to you. Uh, you um, you remember when the rail system was installed. It was a new thing. Goods used to travel by wagon. It was very dangerous for the people traversing the wilds. Um, and then they started pulling dragon riders to protect these trains. How do you feel about the trains?
I think the trains are a sign of progress.
Mhm,
That's not necessarily a bad thing. Makes our job easier.
mhm. And how does Vera feel about the dragon riders that protect the trains? They're a little bit wilder, they're a little bit less tied down.
I think Vera, in some ways, is a little jealous of them
Okay.
to have that kind of freedom, to not
Uh-huh.
be stuck in one place.
Okay.
Secretly, just a little jealous as well.
Uh-huh.
Just
So are you keeping a strict formation as you guys fly, following the rail line?
Yes, I think just for ease of travel, we will be using Delta formation, which is the flying V. But Vera is
Mhm.
not in the front.
Okay.
Vera
Who
is
is?
leaving the front to our fastest dragons so that we can drag off of them a little bit.
Okay.
And I think we do switch much like geese do
Hmm.
in the formation. But I have the two fastest up at the front currently.
Great. Um, Bolt is struggling a little bit with how much stuff you have on them. I'm picturing like a bunch of luggage behind,
Mm-hmm.
and Bolt is like, I think Clash got faster.
I'm telling you, buddy, this is gonna make you so much faster because you're gonna
Okay.
get so much stronger after hauling all of this around.
Okay.
This is gonna be so great for us. Just keep it up. You're doing the best.
Uh, and I think you feel Clash's excitement, Talon, as she knows that Bolt's a little slower than normal and is flying a little faster than normal, like really pushing her newly healed wing um, to to make things hard on Bolt and to make the rest of the Warrenguard have to just have to struggle a little bit to keep up.
Love that. Yeah, I think that, like, full honesty, I don't think Talon has even really noticed. Like, to the point where I think it's even possible that Clash is like doing this a little bit, because I
Uh-huh.
think that Talon is fully in if I don't talk about it, I'm gonna die mode, and is
Uh-huh.
just full therapy, stream of consciousness to Clash, and is like, and the uncle, I don't remember the uncle's name, but the uncle doesn't even like Warrenguard members, and so like I'm already at a disadvantage, and now I'm either going to miss it or be super late, and that's just going to make a bad impression. And then if the uncle doesn't like, then what if Robin doesn't like me anymore? And like I know the train is important, but why doesn't the other whole? And it's just like going and going and going and going and not
Yeah.
paying attention to anything else.
Clash is like, you've got a lot more uptight and boring since you've been tied down.
What did
You,
I'm not boring. I'm I'm cool. I'm a cool writer.
next thing you know, you're gonna be like Cloudsbane's writer. I always forget her name. Um,
Sarah?
yeah, that one.
Okay. Sure. I mean, that's, I don't think you meant it as a compliment, but that actually, um, sorry, I'm sorry. I was just kind of hating you a lot. What would make this less boring for you? I know it's a long flight.
Can can we do some dives and make the rest of the Warrenguard have to follow us? We're in the lead.
I think
We
Talon kind
never
of
get to be in the lead.
like half looks over their shoulder, not fully, and then there's just a moment of, you know what? I'm gonna have fun if I'm stuck out here, and
Uh-huh.
goes one dive, one barrel roll. That's it.
Uh, and all of a sudden, Talon and Clash drop from formation.
That's
Uh,
gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
uh, Clash pulls her wings in tight as you plummet from the sky, and she cackles in your head. Um, and at the very last minute, just skimming the tops of the trees, pulls her wings out and dives in between the trees, just inches above the rail line, and pulls up uh, and then does a barrel roll.
I think that like right as we're coming back above the tree line, Talon's like feeling a little bit grounded, I think, in the like thrum of adrenaline. Kind
Uh-huh.
of like lets out a sigh and like lets go like with one hand to kind of reach up and like smooth a hand between her horns. And then the barrel roll happens and, what? And just like very nearly, I think everyone sees like half of Talon's body lifts off and then
Uh-huh.
grounds again. It just,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah. No, I gave you permission. I should have seen that coming. Wow, I almost threw up. That's fine. Is better? Less boring? I'm not boring. I mean, that was cool because I'm not boring. So, great.
Old Talon would have never got close to throwing up.
You know, that's probably true, but old talent didn't fall off you like a year ago. So, yeah, we're working out. We're coming back. It's fine.
Uh, the rest of the Warren Guard, do you follow this dive?
I think Vera is going to use the regular move to bark an order.
Mhm.
Stay in formation. We knew this was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do you
Sophie's tempted, but listens to
Mhm.
Vera no matter what.
um will you do a careful overcome an obstacle for me, Abigail?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
Bolt wants to follow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hmm.
I can absolutely see that. That oh, I didn't know they went down that far. It's a -3. But with my careful, it is a -3.
Yes. Uh, Bolt just drops immediately,
Yeah,
like as
that
Vera
tracks.
starts barking the order. Um, and yeah, follows almost exactly uh with Clash, and as coming up behind, and then sees Clash do the barrel roll, and then does the barrel roll too, and you see
Messed up.
one of your foot lockers that you've put on Bolt's back just tumble, and clothes come pouring out on the railroad track.
I just in my head I go, Bolt, that Foot Locker's been in our family since I don't know. I can't count that many great aunts. Uh oh
Do we need to go back and get it?
no. No, it's ruined. I just watch it sort of like smash into pieces down
Uh-huh.
on the um on the ground beneath us. I imagine it's raining for some reason too. I don't know. It just seems like this
Yeah,
has been
there's
this
just a light
long
mist.
slog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. I think I'm just gonna pull like my hood up over
Uh-huh.
my hair. I just think about like the 3 or 4 really nice dresses that were in there. A
Mhm.
pantsuit too. I brought boots. I didn't know if I'd need boots, but I brought boots. You know how it goes.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Think seeing Abigail and Bolt follow suit, I just look at Sophie. If you want to, you can as well.
And I immediately.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the weak
Uh,
move, be on the outside of your younger comrades connecting.
yeah. Um, uh, Talon, Abigail, you kind of fall into formation, and suddenly there is a dark cloud, it feels like, above you as Reyna, who's probably twice the size of Clash, comes swooping in, doing a barrel roll above you, leaving storms in her wake as you all get like this rush of wind as she dives passing in front of you.
Sophie is having the time of her. Like, that is
Uh-huh.
my dragon. Look how amazing she is.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Talon cracks a little bit of a smile, seeing how
Uh-huh.
much fun Sophie's having.
Uh-huh. And uh Vera, you stay far above, watching them dart and chase along the route, uh, fighting for first place, uh, bumping each other, laughing, and you far high above them. Uh, remember when you and Cloudsbane used to do things like that on long flights?
Can't take it anymore, my hips. You gotta grip real hard on the saddle and dislocated it 1 year. Not worth it.
Yeah, Cloudsbane, she pops in your head and says, "It's better for us to keep an overwatch up here."
Yeah, it's less fun though.
If you want to, we can.
Oh, I don't know that my old bones could take it. How about yours?
Oh, that's probably for the best then.
You know what? How about one for old time's sake?
For old time's sake it is. And Cloud's Bane just roars, dropping, and all of you hear this roar above you as Cloud's Bane drops from the sky into first place. Uh, um, as you four reform into formation, flying feet above the rail line. Trees flying beside you on either side. You keep on that way for a few hours. Eventually, the sky clears and the trees get scrubbier and smaller and give way to rolling hills of grassland. Every now and then, you'll see these giant purple bugs that are almost the size of your warren, just trundling along, large, like pill bug looking things. Um, and eventually, the grasslands give way to desert as it becomes evening. Large stone archways and pillars arch above uh, the rail track. As the sun starts to set, you're about a third of the way to Lightning's Rest, you know. Vera, you can feel Cloud's Bane getting sore.
Vera's probably
from
getting sore
flying.
too.
Yeah, the saddle sore. Both of your soreness is feeding into each other.
Oof.
Talon, you know you should be at dinner by now.
All right, team, form up. We should probably start to camp for the night.
And you set up camp next to the rail line. I think you packed firewood, which Clash lights with a little spit of magma beneath. And you all set up your camp. Abigail, your pajamas were in that footlocker.
Not great.
No.
It's not the worst because I still have my tent. I mean, to call it a pavilion would be a little pretentious, but it is large enough and has a part where Bolt's head can come in,
Uh-huh.
just the head, and so I can pets and
Yep.
we can converse and braid each other's hair and whatnot. If Bolt had hair, we talk about it, how I would braid their hair if they had it.
Uh-huh.
So I have a
Bolt
little
is very
privacy.
sad that you can't braid their hair.
Mhm.
They're always like saying like, you could give me a wig.
I could give you a wig. That is a good point. Maybe we'll ask Dadums next Dragon's Day for a nice wig for you.
Yes.
Bolt, I'm a little peeved. I'm not gonna lie. My PJs, my favorite travel PJs, were in that footlocker. Great Aunt Gertrude's golden gilded footlocker. That was anyway.
I'm sorry.
But it's okay.
I just wanted to do a barrel roll like Clash.
And I'm very proud of you for doing it with an extraordinary amount of weight on your back. But
I could do
look
it
at
with even
these
more.
pillows at the same time. I believe it. I believe you could. But anyway, Bolt, you've inspired me. I say, I'm just gonna rough it, and I'm sleeping in my armored I don't talk about it enough. I do have a stunning set of black armor. Then I think on this trip I've been experimenting with only wearing parts of it. So right now
Uh-huh.
it's just like the one arm with the pauldron, like the breastplate's like taken off, and like I've got like the knee guards, but like nothing else. I
Uh-huh.
feel just like kind of feeling myself on this trip.
Uh-huh.
My hair is like kind of long and unkept, and I think I might wear the same socks tomorrow I wore today. No, that's gross. I would never. That's woof. That's crossing a line.
That's good. They're getting a little stinky after the ride.
Thank you both. I agree.
Um, Sophie, have you been camping before?
No, I think Sophie is one of those people who's just terrible with the outdoors, doesn't know what to do with it. It's just like, that, what do I do with the grass? I think I'm allergic.
I think Raina is also like, there's no roof above my head. Look at all those stars. They're watching me. I can feel it.
Well, that part's actually really cool. And Sophie proceeds to explain a bunch of constellations, but the rest of out here is terrible.
Uh, Talon, are you brooding somewhere? How are you doing?
I don't think that Talon is brooding at this point. I think Talon is using the regular move, focus on something you can control, and is like just trying to make this camp functional, especially because
Uh-huh.
Florian's not here.
Yeah.
I think that Talon is like taking ahead on like getting firewood and like chopping that firewood, and is maybe attempting to cook something for
Uh-huh.
everyone else. Whether or not he's good at that is
Yeah.
questionable, but my God, they're trying, and is
Yeah.
just so like fixed in on everything. And I think it's not brooding, but it's just replaying Clash calling him boring over and over, and just
Uh-huh.
internal dialogue and like, I'm not boring. I'm not boring. I'm great. I'm just focusing on like chopping wood. And then I think at one point like stops and turns and like looks over at Sophie, who I imagine is having like a time being out in the woods, and just, you good, Damaris? You kind of look like you're gonna freak out.
I mean, I'm definitely doing that already. And Sophie's gonna do the weak move, get overwhelmed. It's just like, what do I do with the firewood? Where do I sit, sleep? What do you, how do you, are you okay?
Yeah. Okay. So I think in order, what do you do with the firewood? I've got it. I'm gonna make a fire, but like conceptually, you gather it and then you cut it, and then you put it in sort of like a pyramid, I guess, and then you start a fire. What were your other questions? Oh, where do I sit? Where do I sleep? Both of those are the ground, typically, unless you find like a big log, maybe a
Abigail's
rock.
got like a palace.
That is true. I don't pack that much. I like the open earth. You know what I mean? You can pack that
No,
much.
but I trust you.
I mean, it's not for everybody. I don't know. Something about sitting on the ground just really. But yeah, I'm good. I'm great. Am I unrelated? Am I boring? Do you think I'm boring?
Not at all. I think that you
Okay.
are like the coolest fly dragon, right? You fly good.
Are you being sarcastic? Because I can't tell.
No, I
Really?
just don't know how to word very great, apparently. Yeah. No,
Sure.
you're great. Not boring at all.
Okay, because Clash called me boring, and I like normally I just kind of let it roll off, but it's really getting to me.
Why did she call you boring?
I mean, I was kind of rambling, in fairness. And then I did mention that I was feeling a little sick after the barrel roll. But
I
I
mean,
think that's like normal.
yeah, I mean, barrel rolls really mess with your gravity. I mean, does that have anything to
Sure.
do with the Robin? Hmm.
Huh?
Does this have anything to do with Robin?
How would that happen? I'm gonna use the weak move, bottle my emotions.
Uh-huh.
What, Robin? Who?
Uh, was her name something else? Did I get her?
No, it's
And then
Robin.
Sophie's
I
gonna just
reckon.
show her naivete and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get her name wrong?"
No, it's Robin. Um, it's fine. I was just supposed to be at a dinner right now, but it's cool. I'm cool. I'm cool about it. This is cooler. So
Is it though?
Yeah, definitely.
It's okay if you wanted to have a dinner with a cute person. She's
I mean,
very
I was
cute, by
just
the
like,
way.
I know that. Yeah. No, I was supposed to meet this like uncle who already doesn't like me because I'm in the Warrenguard today, and I just feel like that's really gonna like fuck up my future chances. Um, but also, I mean, those events, right? Like they're so like everyone is like dressed so nice, and there's like too many forks and spoons and knives and stuff. So like, really, it's probably better that I'm here
You
chopping
definitely
firewood.
hate being flashy. That's definitely something.
Yeah. No, that's so true because I'm boring as established. So no, you're so right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it'll be fine. I think
You
when you
think
get
so?
back, Robin will be excited to see you, and it'll all be okay.
Yeah. No, you know what? You're right. Thank you. Thanks, Sophie.
And you're gonna have to deal with me hating sleeping on the ground tonight. So this is probably
That's
not a
fine.
good trade-off.
That's okay. I mean, if you want like my jacket as a pillow, I'd pack light. That's about all I can offer you. But I could also probably like steal something from Abigail's tent if you don't tell them. I can like
I think Sophie will just completely like immediately just like stop knowing how to word and be like, I'm jacket's fine, jacket good. And like
great. Yeah.
gently take it and like run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
Uh,
cool.
and this whole time you're having this discussion, Clash is just playing whack-a-mole with some prairie dogs, just like trying to like catch
Yes.
them as they pop up out of their holes.
Oh, Clash is right
Incredible.
at home
Um,
here.
And Raina just be
Yeah.
watching with utter disgust.
Uh-huh. Rodents. You'd eat a rodent? Um, Vera, I picture you and Cloudsbane are just sitting by the fire.
I'm using the regular move to whittle.
Uh-huh.
Just I think also knowing Florian would not have sent us out without at least a tent for some of the folks to sleep in. Knowing
Uh-huh.
that Abigail is a glamper, like they're taken
Uh-huh.
care of. But Florian wouldn't send me out without a tent, so I'm setting that up so that way
Okay.
those who do not have one are at least comfortable.
Yeah. Um, and as the fire starts to flicker down, you all start to hear some howling.
Is that a normal part of the glamping camping thing?
Oh, absolutely. Critters. There's all kinds out here. We have dragons. I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh, you know what? That's a great point, actually.
And listen, I was gonna say anything, but I've got a ton of space in the pavilion. Um, so if you want to, you know, curl up on the duvet or something, uh, or not duvet, the shay, that would be fine. Bolt snores a little. It crackles, so if you get a little shock throughout the night, don't say I didn't warn you.
I think Sophie's just a little bit like, actually, I think I'm gonna try. You know, if I never try camping, who am I? You know, like maybe I should try this. Maybe I should give this a chance. And she's just gonna kind of hold the Talon's jacket, be like, I think it's fine. I got this. I could totally do this. There's a tent. I think I got totally got this.
Um, Abigail, I think, feels a little, I don't know. I don't want to say hurt necessarily, but a little taken aback from the, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna use the weak move scoff. And like, you absolutely have this. You look like you're gonna do so great. Just don't, sleep on a scorpion or anything.
Is that a thing? Ah,
Is it?
I don't know. I know nothing.
And I just like kind of start walking backwards towards my tent. I have a little bento that I've been snacking out of. I had an extra. I just shut it and I go close my tent off for the
Abigail is
night.
my favorite. I just need you to know.
So where does everyone settle in for the night? I mean, we know where Abigail's settling in. Pajamaless. You're really roughing it too in your armor.
I'm realizing what a mistake that was. Even though my
Uh-huh.
bedroll and everything's very comfortable, I'm just in there like, what am I doing? But I'm like, I'm trying to tough it. I'm like telling myself I'm gonna do it.
Uh-huh. Um,
Vera will be up late taking the watch for the evening.
okay.
Has whittled a flute and is playing some kind of a tune at the fire.
Uh-huh. I think Cloudsbane kind of hums a bit with you, matching your tone. Um, Clash and Reyna?
I think if Clash will let me, I will kind of like prop myself up just
Or
under their
Talonwing?
wing. Because
Uh-huh.
I imagine that Clash is like warm.
Uh-huh.
And so I'll just kind of like tuck myself not close enough to bug them, but just
Uh-huh.
close enough to get some of that warmth.
Yeah.
And I imagine I'll take the other half of the watch for Vera.
Yeah. And I think you're able to settle in. Every now and then Clash like kicks in her sleep,
Sure.
uh, which wakes you up, but yeah.
Puppy
And
dreams.
Sophie,
I
the
feel like
tent's empty.
I feel like Sophie's actually gonna like she is weirdly determined to do this outdoor campy crap, and
Uh-huh.
so she's gonna go probably curl up next to Raina and just
Uh-huh.
try her best to not get murdered by a scorpion.
Yeah. Ugh, sleeping on the ground. This is the worst.
It really is. I don't like this any more than you do, but let's just stick together and nothing. We'll be done with this
There's a tent with a
soon.
bedroll.
It's the principle of the thing at this point.
Just because you want to try something new doesn't mean you have to be uncomfortable doing it.
Sophie's just gonna be completely blown away by that, like full Pikachu face, just like because there's Pikachu in this world for sure.
Uh-huh.
uh, and
Yeah.
go, you know what? Maybe the tent, yeah, maybe tent, and it's just like moves the tent close to Reina, like not too close to annoy her, but just like this is her comfort, like being your dragon, and just like goes in there and it's like, hey, thank you, good night.
And scorpions aren't what you need to worry about. It's the millipedes.
But what?
Good night.
I
Um, your watch goes pretty uneventful, Vera. Cloudsbane says, eventually you take a break from your song, and Cloudsbane says, that was a sad song.
Was it? I didn't even notice.
It's hard for me being this far away from Ocean. I miss them.
I know. You'll see them soon enough, though.
This may be the longest we've spent apart since. When was it?
Since you bonded?
Yes.
Well, just give him a pat on the nose. You've got me for company, at least.
Yes. Thank you. And they nuzzle into you.
Good Drake.
Laughs at being called a Drake.
Who's a good Drake?
uh, and your watch goes pretty uneventfully, and eventually, Talon, do you wake up on time for your watch, or do you have to get woken up?
I think Talon wakes up on time. I feel like this
Okay.
kind of thing he's actually pretty good at.
Okay. And your watch is pretty quiet too. You keep the fire stoked. Um, Clash is snoring loudly. Um, uh, and you know that Florian packed some pancake mix in a griddle as the sun starts to rise. Do you start making breakfast for everyone?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And as the sun rises over this strange landscape covered in arches and desert and canyons. Um, you all awake to the smell of pancakes and campfire coffee.
Oh. I miss the coffee for being out here.
I think the Talon's like already extending a cup to you and goes, "It's the good stuff. I don't know why. I mean, I guess like if we made it in the hold, it would like lose the novelty.
It tastes better when you're
God, it's
outside.
good." No, that's true. Something about the air, I think.
Vera's drinks it black.
You sleep okay?
Cloudsbane's very comfy.
Good. Yeah, I think that like kind of like making these pancakes gets like a shit-eating grin on his face and just like, I mean, that's good. I imagine you're probably pretty worn out after that big dive you did. I know you don't do those super often, so you know.
It's been a little bit, for sure, but
Yeah. It was
I
good.
think while you're having that conversation, Cloudsbane like slowly gets up and starts like morning stretches.
oh, big stretch.
Yeah.
Are you even a dragon owner if you don't say big stretch when they do big stretch?
Right?
No,
Correct.
not even. Yeah. Cloudsbane needs a lot of morning stretches.
So does
at this
Vera.
point.
I think Vera
Yeah.
joins him a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sophie, did you get any sleep?
No, I think that poor thing just tossed and turned. She gets out. She like stumbles out of the tent, just like hate it. We've experienced the outdoors. I don't know. Oh, that coffee smells great, and it's just like takes it and like takes the food. It's just trying to like exist, but it's like autopathing. It's just like don't like outdoors. No, don't think I'm a. Oh, the coffee's not so bad. Company's not. This part's nice. Sleeping on the ground, less nice.
Like I said, not for everyone. Did the jacket help at least a little?
Definitely.
Okay, good.
Just like
Well, I'm
sips
sorry
until
you didn't
the.
get much sleep. I'll save an extra cup of coffee for you. You come back for a second.
Hey,
Is
thank you.
Sophie in Talon's jacket this morning?
Yeah, I think at this point. Like, do you want it back?
No, it suits you. You hang on to it.
Okay. Just goes back to eating. Like, I don't know how to. Cool.
And I think I will make a cup of coffee and a plate, and I will go to Abigail's. What were we calling it?
Pavilion.
The pavilion. Yes, of course.
Mhm. It's
And I'll
actually
just
like its
kinda-
title. It's like it says on it, the pavilion.
incredible. I'll kind of stand outside. Room service.
I would like to use my regular move and show up unexpectedly, and I'm like behind you. So yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep.
I just like and I think the coffee like sloshes just a little bit out of the cup and just. You are so good at that, and I mean that as a compliment, even though my tone is not reflecting that.
Mhm. And I think after yesterday's barrel roll fiasco, I don't have a lot of outfits left. So I've got what I've got, and I'm wearing this sort of like dark reddish, not quite formal gown, but it is like at a like it's angled at the bottom, right? This dress is so it's not quite, it doesn't go all the way on one leg and the other does. I've got these big thick leather boots on, and I've just disregarded the armor for the most part, except for some of the accoutrements, if you will. Like the pauldrons are still on. I've switched out the breastplate for like a leather one that I had. That's also black, of course, obviously, right? And then just like some of the other things that I could fit on, and I'm just like, yeah, I couldn't sleep. And I just take. Did you just bring a cup, or did you bring a cup and like the pouring mug as
I think
well?
probably just the cup, because I'm also holding a plate of pancakes.
And I grabbed just the coffee. Ignore the
Mhm.
pancakes. It's too small. I need to.
I mean, there's more over there.
I'll be back. And then I just like
Okay.
go find that the cup's like gone before I'm even before I am.
I'll start eating Abigail's pancakes then. Book it.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So you all kind of have your morning routine. Abigail, you now have to pack up this pavilion without squires or anyone to help.
It's Yeah, it's frustrating, but I do
Uh-huh.
it. I would like to also take um a weak move and let my emotions explode because at one point it feels like it's never gonna get done, and I take not my axe because that's my guitar, but an actual like axe out of my out of my gear and start just I'm just like shouting and I'm kicking things over and I'm about to just chop it up and then I finally just compose myself, get my cool. Just a second, just a second. And then I just pack all my
Yeah.
shit up.
Vera will help out as well.
Yeah.
I think Vera's finished packing up the smaller tent.
I feel like Sophie will try to help, but make it worse because she has no idea what she's doing.
It's great.
Uh-huh.
You know, you wouldn't have so much trouble if you didn't pack so much. Again, using the regular move to give advice.
You never know what you're gonna need on a trip, you know. And my favorite shoes were in Aunt Gertrude's. Was it Gertrude?
Yes.
Sure.
Aunt Gertrude's
Foot
gilded
Locker.
footlocker.
Exactly. Oh, I'm gonna hear it about that one. I'll tell you that right now.
Sometimes less is more. You signed up to be a on train duty at one point, if I recall.
Right. Yeah, it was the assignment I wanted out of the caldera, but strings were pulled and I was given something of a more comfortable position.
Well, you
And
seem
then I
to
lost that Warrenguard. Here I am.
forgive me if I'm presumptuous, but you seem to be the kind of person who likes comforts. I sort of
You're
look at all the
not,
things as we're packing them
yeah,
up.
you're not wrong. Uh, and maybe it wasn't always like that, but I figured if I'm gonna be told to settle down, I might as well make the most of it. And yeah, I leaned into my privilege. I'll say it, you know. I'm not happy about it. I'm not It's just what else am I gonna do? My dad's gonna tell me which Warren guard, you know. I'm sure someday he'll just show up and say, guess what? You just got command of your own Warren guard, and he's gonna tell me which it is. And I'm never gonna know, did I really earn this? Did I do this? So I figured why not just lap it up while I can.
What do you want?
These open skies aren't bad.
You need to travel a lot lighter.
Suppose I would. I look at the majority of what I brought, and it's been packed up already. It hasn't been put on bolt yet, but I grab like a backpack, you know, or like maybe one big travel sack and get just like essentials out of it, like everything, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Um, and then I just hop on bolt and I go, so dad can send someone to pick up this shit. Let's go.
You're a
Right.
good kid, Abigail.
Thank you.
You all take off, and the desert gets drier and more desolate. Tumbleweeds kind of roll. Every now and then you see these dust devils forming um, as you follow the rail line. Um, Vera Cloudsbane, as you are flying and there's a canyon coming up that the rail line goes into the canyon on the floor, Cloudsbane says, Something feels off.
I can sense it too. It's not right here. Too quiet.
And you hear a ringing from the floor of the canyon and a roar. What do you do?
I will tell Cloudsbane and the rest of the Warrenguard to pull up.
Okay. So you all shoot up out of the canyon. The canyon now below you. It's hard to get a sense of what happened, but eventually you see the train derailed in the canyon. Cars turned on their side. And you see a large bronze dragon, almost as big as Eclipse, your uncle's dragon, trying to use its massive horns to pound the train back on the track. But you only see one dragon.
No rider?
You can make out a rider kind of standing next to the dragon and another person as well.
We'll tuck down.
Uh-huh.
I think we found them. I'll say, everybody, if you want to stay up here for a second, I'll scout down and see if I'll call you down when it's safe. Just out of an abundance of caution.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have Cloudsbane take me down and I'll...
Yeah, you see, do you know the riders of this train, Vera? Or have you not been close with them?
I think I would know them by reputation.
Okay. You remember hearing that the commander of this train was a bronze rider named Savannah. Savannah Tiny Rider, her huge bronze dragon Tiny. And as you land, Savannah gives you a big wave, says, "Howdy!"
Vera Cloudsbane Rider, commander of the Tidehold Warrenguard. You're
Savannah
Savannah?
Tiny Rider. Glad you made it.
We did. I'll give a whistle and tell Cloudsbane to let the others know.
This here is well, she looks at the man standing beside her. Savannah is a very large woman with big rippling biceps, wearing a set of overalls and a tank top underneath,
My heart.
and a pair of boots.
I mean, what?
She gestures and says, "Well, this is Garth Jade Widow."
Oh boy.
Yeah. And Garth kind of nods and says, "There was an ambush."
Is that where the rest of your warren is?
You notice now that in a cave off the side, you see a silver dragon sleeping next to a large stone buried grave.
Oh no.
And Savannah says, "There were only 3 of us. Me, Garth, and Tilly. And, well, some rogue dragon riders, they snatched Tilly raid off a winter there. Said if we went after them, they yelled if we went after them, they would take out Tilly. So we've been here trying to get the train back on the rails, get the goods. It was a smash and grab, so they didn't get everything, but
They got the important stuff.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, they had a bronze dragon too, snatched up a whole car full of medicine.
Great. All right. We'll help you get the train back on the tracks. Is there, do you happen to know what direction they went?
They headed east, but out here there ain't much room to hide. You if you try to go up on them, they might just take out Tilly before you even get a shot.
Well, I mean, why'd they take Tilly anyways? There's gotta be a reason
Reckon,
for it.
I reckon collateral. Keep us from chasing them.
But I mean, if they're not gonna return Tilly, Tilly's good as gone anyways.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Vera's,
Figured.
after seeing all this, is gonna bottle their emotions. There's not much place to hide, which means there's not much place for us to sneak up on them. Unless we go in under the cover of darkness. Do some little scouting.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon we could do something like that.
All right.
You know, if they headed east of here, I wasn't thinking about how to stage a rescue mission, but if they headed east of here, they might be in Desolation.
Vera would have heard of Desolation.
You have heard of Desolation. Almost every Dragon Rider has heard of Desolation. Desolation was an entire warren that was lost in the Second Dragon Riders War. Um, it was defended by a group of humble riders who lost, and then they razed the town, the hold, for supporting the humble riders. Um, it's an abandoned hold, a ghost hold.
Desolation, eh?
Yeah.
Couldn't make it easy on us.
No, I reckon they wouldn't want to.
All right.
Introduce me to your Warrenguard
Yeah,
as the other three of you land.
this is Sophie, Reyna Rider, Talon Clash Rider, and
Abigail Bolt Rider.
Abigail Bolt Rider. Vera will let out a hard-to-earn smile.
The silver dragon lets out a sad cry as a way of hello. Garth kind of lets out a wave. I'm Garth. We lost Jade in the fight.
Well, hopefully we won't have to mourn one more.
Yeah. Let's get Tilly back.
All right.
Plus that medicine for y'all's home. That's probably needed, isn't it?
Probably.
I'm
Definitely.
rightfully sorry we lost it.
It's not your fault. You couldn't have known.
It's enough
Uh,
today. You don't have to apologize for our losses.
Thank you. That's very kind. And Savannah says, Tiny and I'll help however we can. Consider us part of your Warrenguard today. We're happy to join up with Tidehold.
Tidehold will be happy to have you.
And I think that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in a few minutes if everyone could please stick around, and we'll see you all soon.
All right. See you soon. We're back.
And we're back. Thank you everyone so much for sticking with us through the break.
You did it.
Just a reminder, Warrenguard is currently on backer kit. If you're not a backer yet, you've only got 10 days left to back. And if we can get to 20,000 before the end, we get a new archetype written by Jay Dragon, the writer of Wander Home and Sleep Away and Isabe's Bed and Breakfast. Is going to write a new archetype for this game. And if we get to 25,000, if we can, we have a little special thing called the Art Explosion, where the book is just going to be so full of art that like we're going to have trouble fitting all the art into the book, which is going to be a fun problem to have. So if you want an art explosion, tell your friends, tweet about Warrenguard, tell them how excited you are. We've already gotten a few extra things that weren't even stretch goals, like this chapter that you're playing right now that Brian LeBurge wrote. And I was able to, because we are doing so well, pay Brian for that chapter and be like, Brian, you wrote such a good chapter. I want it in the game. Yeah, you all are getting to ride a Dragon Train because of how well the backer kit is doing. One of you in chat who is a backer paid for Dragon Train, so thank you. All right. And with that, we're gonna go back to I think Savannah is serving out like big mugs of coffee to all of you as you start planning your showdown at Desolation.
Oh boy.
So what do y'all think we do?
Well, my thought, right? You said you were worried that they were going to see us coming from a mile away. The thing is, me and Clash, we're a lot better at being loud and drawing attention than we are sneaking. So what if I go in and I draw attention? And absolute worst case, I mean, Clash is good at darting around, fitting into tight spaces. I can lead him on a goose chase. But at the very least, it might give you guys a better shot at least flanking, if not making it to the heart, grabbing Tilly, and then...
And I mean, they know your faces. They don't know ours.
Right.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, when they hit us, there were 3 of them. There was that bronze rider, picked up a whole train car and derailed the rest of the train, shook it loose like a cat playing with a toy. I think they could give Tiny a run for their money. And then, well, there was a red dragon rider who wore this mask with a skull on it. And then there was the black dragon rider that took out Winter. That one seemed to be in charge.
The Black Dragon Rider is the one that took Winter's Rider, right?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, took Tilly.
Tilly.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Listen, this all happened so fast. It's okay.
Yeah. Was the Red Rider that killed Jade. Just clawed right into Jade and slammed them on the ground in a dive.
That's a risky maneuver.
Yeah.
No way that Red got out there without scratch.
I don't know. Couldn't see his face under the mask. Couldn't tell if he was hurting, but they got away. Could be they're hurt,
masks
though.
Too? Sorry.
No, Black Rider was all in black with a black hat. Didn't get a good look at the Bronze Rider.
All right. So if there's 3 of them operating out of desolation. Might it be worth it to have someone fast do a quick scout?
Yeah. Would be. Let's how do I'm gonna you just go.
Fly
I'm gonna
high.
go. Bolt and I are ready. I feel Bolt is probably very excited to have all that weight off. You know,
Mhm.
like Piccolo dropping off a cape.
Yeah.
So much stronger than
Mhm.
and we go just right up into the
Okay.
air, high up, and start just
Yeah.
scouting one of
Okay.
these, couple of these.
Could you give me a quick overcome an obstacle?
Oh, I sure will. Let's talk about how to do that. That is with my quick a 5.
Okay, excellent. You I think you're flying high. You're like leaving a
Mhm.
contrail behind you. Like as you separate the moisture out of the air with your speed.
Mhm.
Um, and you see desolation far below you. Its Warren has crashed into what remains of the hold, the chain kind of tumbling down. Desolation used to be a small mining town, and you can see signs that the city hall is occupied. Um,
Mm.
Most of the town is made of wooden structures that have dried and turned into husks. Um,
I resist Bolt's urge to just dive bomb into the city hall. Um, and hightail it back
okay.
to
You
report
hear a
until
roar as you turn, and you see a red dragon trying to catch up with you, but it
yeah.
can't. It like sees you, tries to catch up, and then eventually turns back.
Okay. Yeah. I uh yeah, no, I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, I get back to the rest of the group as quick as I can.
Yep.
It's pretty quick considering I
Yeah.
roll up. Vera found desolation. It looks like a nightmare town. Let's never let that happen. Bolt scared, not me. I think maybe
If you were, it would be
um
okay too.
yeah, maybe a little. The Red Rider did see me, couldn't catch me. But they know we're here, or they know we're around. And not gonna lie, this town is old, dried up and crusty. It looks like a tinderbox. I'm afraid that if Talon or I go in breath blazing, we're gonna light the entire thing on fire.
Cloudsbane probably too.
Yeah.
Would that be the worst thing?
I mean, if
No
we
one
want to
lives
get Tilly
there.
back, it'll probably
Oh,
be the worst
that's
thing.
right. Yeah. Just kidding. This is why you're in lead.
Mhm.
Listen, it wasn't a bad idea. If it was just the 3 of them, torching the place wouldn't have been half a bad idea. But since we've actually got someone in there,
Did they give chase when they saw you?
The Red Dragon Rider tried, but gave up.
too fast.
And too furious. No, I had to.
Oh, you're good. Do it.
All right, so I mean, at least one of them chased you, right? That
Mm-hmm.
means one of them's eager for a fight. If we can split them
Mm-hmm.
up,
Divide and
I mean-
conquer.
yeah. I'm more than happy to go in loud and
Clash.
Actually,
Playing stupid and
maybe so. Like, why am I talking about Sophie in third person? Maybe Raina and I should be the one to create a distraction because she's so good at being flashy. Like, so good. She's not fast. So,
She preens until you say that she's not fast, and then
but
she
I
looks
mean
at you
that.
angrily.
But I mean that in the most complimentary way. Why would you want to speed through anything? You take your time, you relish in things. It's beautiful. You're doing great, sweetie. But flashy. I'm just saying.
I think Talon doesn't look at you when they say this, but just I mean if anyone's gonna put themselves on the line here, I'd rather it's me. Just you're a great writer. It's not a criticism, just
But you have to do the hard part of actually rescuing somebody.
Oh, am I rescuing Talon?
Don't make me do it.
I feel like that should be a commander job.
I
Yeah,
can go
no,
in.
that's very true.
I've got Cloudsbane and I sort of look at Cloudsbane. You know the maneuver we do when we go into the market?
I do.
Well, thanks, buddy. Thanks for letting the people know you're here. Chaos Cat. That's from him in chat. You set me down on the ground and I go in there on foot. Try and get them out. Try and get Tilly out, and then you and me, you pick me up and we get out of there. I think
Sounds good.
Sophie, Abigail, Talon. Distraction duty. Okay.
Savannah says, "What about me? How can I help?"
Backup for
Backup.
Reyna might not be a bad idea since
I mean, having an extra rider in the
Fast.
sky. In case I get taken out on the ground.
Okay, I'll be back up in case you get taken out.
Tiny's big, but you know what? I think Sophie, Talon, Savannah. You three are shock and awe. Get them chasing after you. Abigail, you're going to be my backup on this.
You got it, boss.
Because if anybody's going to get me out of there faster than Cloudsbane, it's you. And if something happens to me, and Tilly's okay, you get Tilly out of there.
You got it.
Yeah. You all take off. Have you waited for a certain time, or can I pick the time?
Whatever you think is dramatically appropriate.
It is high noon.
It's high noon!
Yes, it is.
As you head to Desolation. One thing you spot as you get closer near the city hall is you see sort of the crumpled up train car, kind of discarded, goods spilling out of it, laying in the middle of the street. But Talon, Sophie, Talon, I'm gonna put you first because you are leading this distraction team, trying to get their attention. What do you do?
Kind of like flying at Desolation, can I tell at a glance, like, if I'm gonna be loud and annoying, what the best kind of angle to do so is to leave an opening for the other two?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this because this is cool as shit. You see the abandoned Oracle's tower.
Hell yeah.
Bell still there. And Clash is like, I bet I could ring it.
You want to ring it?
Yeah.
All right, let's make some noise.
All right. And Clash kind of flies up and claws onto the edge of this tower and just starts chewing on this bell as it like clangs, like just kind of grabs it in Clash's beak and just starts clanging the bell as the entire tower collapses and Clash takes off ahead of time. And you hear a roar as this red dragon takes off chasing you. Sophie, you are Talon's backup. I'm gonna put it to you.
Where's Sophie in relation to the
Tell me.
dragon? Hmm?
Tell me. You were Talon's backup as Talon
Okay.
went to go ring this bell. So this
Okay.
dragon is coming out of the city hall.
Kind of, if it's possible to kind of be, like kind of maybe almost ramming into them would be a bad idea, but I kind of want to do it anyway.
Do it.
I kind of want to be on the side, like basically backing them up, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna
Attack?
very flashily.
What makes it flashy? How
We do a barrel roll. We get dramatic. We roar.
Yeah.
Like, we do it as obnoxiously as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get all.
I love that you're doing the dragon equivalent in the Western, like spinning around your pistol,
Yes.
basically.
Just we're yeehawing it today.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Please, dice, be nice to me. I got a 0.
Okay.
But wait, no. But if this is a flashy thing, I get the better than you, so that's +2.
Uh-huh. What are you saying to be taunting here?
Something that's like a high noon pot, like
Uh-huh.
give me a good Western line.
Yeah. This hole ain't big enough for the both of us.
Yeah. Yes, perfect. This hole ain't big enough for the both of us. That's just like thank you for letting me use my Texan drawl tonight. I have a 3 on flashy +2, so I think it's a 5, even with the 0.
Okay, excellent. You beat them by 2 as you shoot off some bolts that like pin the side, and this rider goes careening and crashes through an old general store. As Talon starts to take off, and you lead this red rider away. You also see the bronze dragon rider start chasing you, as Savannah and Tiny lock up with this bronze dragon rider. But there's still no sign of the black dragon rider as you come in, Vera, with Cloudsbane. And to do your maneuver, why don't you give me what approach do you think this maneuver is? Is it careful? Are you I don't think it's careful. I think you're okay. Uh-huh. Mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah. And I think Cloudsbane is normally the shiniest thing in the sky, but blending in with the golden desert sands, um Cloudsbane comes in swooping, flying as quietly as she ever has, and just does a slight slowdown over City Hall as you roll off, and give me a careful overcome an obstacle.
That ends up being a 4.
Okay. Yeah, 4 is good enough. As you land on the roof of this building, um, you can look through you almost fall through a hole in the ceiling that has rotted through. And
Uh.
looking down, you see this rider in all black, hat low over his head.
I'm gonna pull out the sword with the story.
Yeah, feet are kicked up on the desk, and behind him, you see a sort of like pacing, angry black dragon. And you hear this rider say, "Not so fast, could be a trap. Midnight." And yeah, you pull out your sword.
There's a hole in the roof, basically, that I'm looking down in over top
Uh-huh.
of both of them.
Yep.
I have a choice to make here. Do I have eyes on, Tilly?
Yeah, so this is an old-fashioned like city hall where you can see that there is a jail cell right there that is locked tight. And you can see Tilly like sitting in it along with 3 other people.
Oh, they've got more than one visitor. I'd like to jump from the roof and land on the Black Dragon Rider.
Okay. Which strong, regular, weak move are you doing here?
Ooh, excellent. Ooh. I'm gonna use my experience to my advantage,
Uh-huh.
and I think I'm gonna go knees first down on this guy.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, the knees.
And I'm gonna land with the sword drawn at his throat. I've already had one death today. Don't need to make it another.
They spit out some blood to the side as they look up at you. You see their face is marred by this deep scar that disfigures their whole face. And he grins at you, says, "Vera Cloudsbane, Rider. Do you even remember me?"
Oh, do I remember him? Midnight.
You don't.
I think after hearing Midnight, the name of the dragon,
Uh-huh.
Midnight's rider, how could I forget?
And you do remember. He was your rival at the Caldera back when you were training. You were the one who knocked him off his dragon in training and gave him the scar.
Come a long ways from here.
Yeah, you're a long way from Tidehold, aren't you? I've been following your career with some interest.
Well, I'd like to say that I was obsessed with you as you seem to have been with me, and I'll pull him to his feet.
And you see Midnight staring at you, and you can feel Midnight pulling a breath in, looking at you. And the rider in black grins and says,
If Midnight takes us both out, then Midnight takes us both out.
"She'll do it."
Oh, I believe you.
You ready to die here in desolation? Huh?
I've been ready to die for a while. Just a matter of when and where. But I don't think it's going to be today.
Abigail, Bolt.
Yep.
You're coming in, you see Vera do this roll off. You see
Mhm.
her, you pass by, watch her like looking in and jump in. And you start counting. You had orders to follow in and you start counting. It's been 30 seconds. It's been 40 seconds. It's been 50 seconds. And she should have been out by now. What do you do?
I want to see if I can find an opening big enough to look through that I can also, well,
Okay.
bolt through because it's been too long.
Uh-huh. So are
That's
you
how-
trying to go in with your dragon?
Yes.
Excellent. Uh, you know what? This has to be an attack. You're just crashing through a building with a dragon. Give me a forceful attack here.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's say that is with that's a 0
Uh-huh.
is what it is. Turns out.
Do you even adding your forceful? Is it a 0 after adding your?
It sure
Do you have any
is.
tokens you can spend?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna spend them both. So that's a
Okay.
4. That's a 4.
What are you invoking / strong moves are you doing?
Got it. I think the strong move trying to do here is do something unorthodox that works.
Uh-huh.
And working as part of a team. So I think I'm following orders here. I'm told to back up. I'm backing up. And I think I want to change it slightly. It's gonna I still want to crash the ceiling.
Mhm.
But as soon as Bolt's neck is through,
Mhm.
I want to try to also jump off my
Uh-huh.
dragon. And so I have an axe with a reputation, and the reputation it has is that it is a guitar, but it plays horribly. Like
Uh-huh.
it's always slightly, I always have to retune it. It doesn't sound
Uh-huh.
right and whatever. And the reason why is because when Bolt crashes through and I jump, I want to hit this little trigger that there is on the the bit of the nub of the neck here that unsheaths the sword inside
Uh-huh.
and back Vera up, if you will.
Excellent. And I think just before Midnight lets out her breath, Bolt and Abigail come crashing through the front of the building, and Bolt and this black dragon just go tumbling out the
Yes.
back.
Yes, they do.
Uh, uh, uh,
See,
and
I didn't think it was going to be today.
we'll see which of them dragons wins. Midnight ain't lost a fight yet.
I wouldn't count Bolt out. Abigail, get the prisoners.
It does not and go for them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Tilly is wearing like a blue dress covered in daisies. It says, "Oh, thank you. Are you the Ratters from Tadhold?"
We sure are. Let's get you out of here. Is it, do you have to unlock a thing? Am I gonna have to
Or
with-
break the lock somehow.
have a sword?
Or you could grab the rings from the ring of keys from Midnight Rider.
Oh, he's still back. Oof. Huh.
Yeah.
Do I see anything around that I could use to smash this lock that's better than my very expensive guitar sword?
Yeah,
Someone's
you see a dagger like sitting on a table, and you can see that Midnight Rider was whittling something, a flute.
Whoa.
And
Old timer versus
grab-
old timer.
you grab the dagger and shove it in the lock, and it clicks. It's not a very good lock. It's pretty old. And Tilly and the three people behind her come out, and she's like, "This is Philip, this is Gertrude, and this is Emily. They're all from various holds and things that these riders have raided. They take a prisoner to make sure that the Warrenguard from whatever hold doesn't report it
Whoa.
or come after them."
So you're all of you are riders.
And they shake their heads and they're like, "No, we're just townsfolk."
Oh, townsfolk that were also
Yeah.
got it. So then yeah, I one of these in the right direction and I start guiding them out of here. And as soon as they're clear, I back to Vera.
As soon as they're
Jet.
clear, I'm gonna pommel back of the head, Midnight Rider,
Excellent.
and I'm calling for Cloudsbane.
Yeah. Cloudsbane comes crashing through this hole that is in the building. It says, and gives a big sniff. It says, "I remember this one. We've bested this one before."
Well, then let's go back up. Bolt.
Clash. This red dragon is on your tail. As much as Reyna and Sophie are peppering it, it seems like locked in on you. As it's breathing these gouts of flame, Clash is having to like dodge wildly. How do you defend from it?
Can I, so just like a quick question. I know that Vera had speculated this dragon might be injured from the way that it went down on Jade. Can I tell if that's true at like a glance?
Yeah, I will say you're an experienced enough rider that you can tell this dragon is hurting, but it seems like its pain is almost fueling it, like Kylo Ren. Like it seems to be like leaning into that pain to make it angrier and more dangerous.
Okay. Is this a large dragon?
Yeah, it's bigger than Clash for sure.
Okay. So then I think what I want to do, as I'm sort of like flying kind of low through these like ruined streets, I would like to at one point like duck down into an alley that I know Clash can fit in that this dragon cannot, just to try to catch it up.
All right, why don't you roll to cleverly defend?
Okay. Oh, not great. That's okay. That's a, actually, do I want to spend a token on this? Yeah, I'm gonna spend a token on this, and I'm gonna do Reminder Dragon. They're your best friend, and I think I'm just gonna like lean into Clash and sort of like give a little scratch and just say, "Listen, you may think I'm boring, but I think you're the best dragon out there. So let's show these motherfuckers that that's true, huh?" Spend a token on that, and then cleverly, that is a 2.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a token as well to invoke this dragon's red hot gouts of burning flame. As this dragon snaps at you as you dive into this, as it kind of like crushes its shoulders, and then it takes a deep breath in and just breathes this gout of fire. And you are now, and that gives it a 4. So it beats you by 2. So you can either take a mild condition or 2 stress here.
I will take a mild condition.
Okay. Clash is getting the condition singed. As all the buildings around you light in an instant, as this whole town is basically a tinder box. And you see this rider for their second action. They fly up above and start flapping their dragon's wings, and you can tell that they're trying to stoke these flames as this rider laughs and laughs at you caught in this firestorm. what do you do to defend yourself? I'm trying to create an advantage here.
That's such a great question. Can I know that Pain is fueling this dragon, so this is like kind of 50-50, but can I in this moment sort of like while the dragon and the rider are both focused on stoking these flames, just do something crazy and have Clash go straight up at its underbelly and start
Okay.
shredding anything it can hit?
Roll to forcefully defend.
Incredible. My God, that's the same roll. I'm gonna. Oh, do I want to make it this worse? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a weak move here because there's just no way that's gonna succeed.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna, I think, act without all the information, and I
Uh-huh.
think like target Clash at a point that I don't realize like this dragon's hide is too tough to puncture, and so
Uh-huh.
just like nothing is happening.
Yeah.
But now I'm also in a very dangerous position.
Excellent. So they succeed with style on creating this advantage. So these are not tokens for you I'm putting on this. These are tokens for them,
Mhm.
as we now have the condition of the aspect firestorm as desolation goes up in flames. Uh Sophie. Actually, no, sorry. It is Midnight's turn. I forgot Midnight gets a chance at Bolt. Um,
My baby.
they are tangling and fighting. How is Bolt trying to defend themselves?
Um, I think Bolt is doing their best to untangle and then just get away to sort of lead Midnight away from the rider. Like is
Mhm.
just get distance so the two can't back each other up.
Okay, so a quick defend.
Sounds like it.
All right.
On Bolt. Oh, that is gonna be 4 total.
Okay. Um, excellent. And it is also going to spend a token to invoke its breath of death and decay as it shoots
Nasty.
a nasty black cloud at Bolt that just catches them. Would you like to take 2 stress or a mild condition?
A mild condition sounds like it's gonna happen.
All right. You gain the condition withered leg.
Bolty. It's gonna
Um,
leave a mark.
yeah.
I,
Now it is your. Oh, go ahead.
I think Bolt tells this dragon they need to brush their teeth more often.
um, Sophie, Reina.
I think Sophie's really not happy seeing all that happen and, seeing Clash get hurt and stuff. She's just gonna charge, like, just Raina's just gonna go completely in, um, and basically just grapple, like claw and hit, like very just like we're just going in for the red dragon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Uh,
Why don't you um roll to forcefully attack?
so that's a 2, and then I have 2 forceful, so that's 4 total, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna, just to be safe, 'cause I don't trust this dragon or your advantage. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna take one of my tokens. So that's another 2, right?
Yep.
That's 6.
What are you spending the token on? Are you taking a strong move or invoking something?
I think I do. Let me see. Can I learn a new skill? Basically, it just
Yeah.
learn how to just basically get ran into aggressively just grapple this and
Uh-huh.
just like learn how to very
Yeah.
stubbornly.
Yeah. You hear Reyna let out this animalistic roar that is so uncharacteristic for her as she latches claws with this red dragon. Uh um uh she is bigger than this red dragon and starts driving it into the fire below. Um and it's gonna take some stress. Uh Talon Clash, you guys just hit this hard underbelly of this dragon. And then you see Reyna and Sophie just swoop in and save your ass, basically. Uh, what do you do?
I think that I would like to kind of ride this wave of me not dying. Just like the confusion at least of Sophie and Reina attacking. And I would love to. I have a stunt, a new one because I leveled up called All Bite No Bark because Clash is really good at chewing on things.
Uh-huh.
So I would love to kind of like recognizing that this like underbelly is not as soft as I expected it to be. I would like to kind of like find the place on this underside where the wing meets the hide and point and
Uh-huh.
go, Clash, bullion block. And see if I can get Clash to just start gnawing on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and Clash is tiny compared to these two dragons who are fighting, who are latched up, uh, rolling around on this fire. But Talon, or Clash is also like, even though she's scorched, she's able to like deal with the heat a little bit better from this fire, and she dives in. And what did you roll?
I rolled a. Oh my god, I cannot roll. I'm gonna spend a. Invoking a stunt is free. Yes.
Invoking a stun is free,
Beautiful.
so
Then I
you'll
would
get a
also love. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I would also love to spend a token because I cannot roll for the life of me. I would love to. I'm gonna try to inspire my comrades here, just to try to give Sophie the feeling that like I'm not about to die, despite the fact that I'm not in a great position, and just really go for it.
Okay.
So then that is a, and remind me, I'm so sorry, stunts are, do I get a buff with a
Plus
stunt?
2.
Beautiful. So then that becomes a 3.
Okay, excellent. Uh,
Oh, nope, I'm sorry, I forgot to add my
Quick.
quickly modifier. Yeah, so that is actually a 5.
Okay, excellent. Um, do you kill this dragon?
I think that Talon is so disgusted with the act of just murdering another dragon in cold blood that I think I would like to make the wing unusable in perpetuity if possible,
Uh-huh.
but I don't kill them. I want them to
Yeah.
live with the knowledge of what they've done.
Yeah. Clash, I think, rips off this wing. Just wholesale. As this red dragon lets out a roar and you shoot into the sky. Um, back into the city hall. Vera, you're on Cloud's Bane. You take some of the townsfolk. I think you split them between you.
I'm gonna give a whistle for.
You've got to take all of them.
I'm gonna give a whistle for Tony, or for Tiny, and
okay.
Savannah, who should be backing us up, and I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
Unless...
Oh, they are currently tangled with the bronze dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you give a whistle and you hear her yell, "Little busy right now."
All right. Then I'm gonna take these people out, drop them off out of town, and then I'm gonna rush back as fast as I can to try and back up Bolt.
Roll to quickly overcome an obstacle for me then.
Yeah, and on the way back, I'm gonna pick up Abigail to get a rider onto Bolt.
Okay.
Quickly overcome an obstacle. I'm not very quick, but I'd like to call upon one of my aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I need to prove my superiority to everyone for
Uh-huh.
Cloudsbane. So that'll give me a +2.
Excellent.
And I'd like to also invoke my stunt, follow my lead. When I pick up Abigail on the way back.
Excellent. So yeah, you'll take any stress that Abigail would take in Abigail's next fight.
Yep.
As you Cloudsbane flies faster than Cloudsbane has since you were at the caldera. You're flying over this firestorm, and Cloudsbane seems to be riding the currents and knowing how to get the wind at their back as you drop off these riders.
1 on the die, +2 from the aspect, +1 from my quick, so that's 4.
Excellent. And Abigail, it's like Vera is flying Bolt as she
Whoa.
dives down and swoops, and I think Cloudsbane just grabs you by the back of your armor in her claw, and roars, as she swoops back.
Question.
Yes.
Did I get a chance to cross blades a little with this dragon rider before getting picked up? Or
They're knocked out. Actually, yeah, you got
like
left with a knocked out.
Vera
I
hit
didn't
him with
realize
the
that.
pommel on the back of the head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that took him out. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of like knocked out, it's like slumped over the desk. But you have a
Oh.
moment with him alone.
No, that's fine.
It is the Ides of
I-
March. You can stay.
No, that's rude.
He has a really cool hat.
How cool a hat are we talking?
It's like one of those black flat-brimmed hats that has like the silver medallions going around it.
I now have a cool hat.
As
I just put it. I'm like, yep, this is only fair. Should be a
yeah.
creep.
Creep tax.
And Cloudsbane swoops you up just as you get the hat fitted. You see Bolt. Bolt is doing their best, but this black dragon is just big and dangerous and deadly. It's like they're doing their best, like running from someone who is swinging a poisoned sword at them, basically. And Cloudsbane tosses you in the air, and you kind of plummet for a second as you land perfectly on the back of Bolt. Midnight is at your tail. What do you do?
I wince a bit. I'm feeling this like burning, this itch pain in my leg, right from the withered talon. Is that what it was? Yeah. It's still being chased by this thing. I want to, now that we're unburdened, unencumbered, I would like to just pick up as much speed as we can, barrel roll, and get behind this dragon, and then let loose some lightning.
Roll to quickly attack.
Today's gonna be the day that I rolled a 4 on that.
Okay. Are you sticking with a 4?
I have nothing to stick it more to. So.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, you get behind and shoot some electricity as this dragon kind of curls in pain. We're gonna create, you get a condition that you can use, shocked. This black dragon is shocked. as we hop back to you, Raina, you see uh um this these two bronze dragons linked up, and Tiny is bigger, but she is less. She seems kinder in a way where it seems like she just doesn't have as much ferocious in her as this other huge black bronze dragon. Um, what do you do?
I think I'll do the purple glowing orbs of energy that track their targets, so I can
Uh-huh.
basically try to distract the like the mean bronze dragon and maybe give Tiny an advantage on that.
Okay, excellent. So you're trying to create an advantage here?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll to uh what do you think this is? Are you doing it flashily? Are you doing your old spin maneuver?
It's like, yeah, I want to definitely do it flashily. But I kind of want Reina to do it as very just like kind of, very I am royalty incarnate, like no
Uh-huh.
look at me, like rear up,
Uh-huh.
roar, kind of like
Yeah.
cool dragon posy. Um, and
Roll
do it
to
that way.
flashily create an advantage.
That is a -1. That's cool. That's fine because can I do the better than you stunt?
That is when you attack.
That's right. Okay, that's fine. My flashy's still 3, so I have 1 token, so that's 5.
Okay. What are you invoking with the token? With the bolts of electricity, the balls of
Yeah.
orbs of electricity? Okay. Or orbs of energy?
Mhm.
I know the game I wrote. Uh, yeah, you succeed with style, and you create the advantage. Reina is the real problem. As this bronze dragon breaks its hold on Tiny, turns, and faces you, you see its rider uh, for the first time, and you can see that he is just this giant hulking bear of a man, just big and buff and shirtless, and a giant mustache.
My heart.
And
What?
he uh, uh, roars,
Oof.
and his dragon behemoth roars, and they dive at you, and it is their turn. Uh, what do you do to defend yourself?
Uh, what can I do? Um, I guess I could try. Well, okay, Reina and Sophie are in very. We're not defending. We're just attacking. Can we kind of just like try to very DBZ fight fire with fire level, just like meet
Forcefully
them?
defend? Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
That's still a -1. Cool. So that's I have 2 forceful, so that's just a 1.
Okay. Uh, oh shit.
I don't like oh shit. Actually, I do have 1 more token. Would that make the oh shit less? That's a question.
It'll always make the oh shit less.
Okay, I think I'll use this as my last one. Yeah. Yeah. So that brings it up to what was that? 1, so it's a
3.
3. Thank you. I cannot do numbers.
Uh, so they got a 4, and I had already invoked Firestorm twice,
No good.
which brings them to an 8. Um, so that's a spread of 5.
Ooh.
As Reyna comes in, so ready to defend, but this bronze dragon is like a wall just slamming into you, a train slamming into you, and you
Yeah.
slam into a burning building. You've got 5, so you can take all 3 of your stress and a mild condition. You could take a moderate condition and 1 stress, or you could take a major condition.
Oh, so close to the weekend.
Well, I hate it here. I'll take the mild condition.
Okay, the mild condition and 3 stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, um, yeah, you're gonna take uh, burnt underbelly
Hmm.
as your mild condition. As Reyna falls right through this burning roof with you on top. But it is very clear she is trying to keep you safe and out of the fire as much as possible. Midnight realizes Bolt has the better of them. So it seems like she's turning to attack you back, but at the last minute, she rolls and pulls Cloudsbane into her sights. What does Vera and Cloudsbane do to defend themselves?
I think we're just gonna lock up.
Okay. Roll to forcefully defend.
That's only a 2.
Okay. Oof. How mean do you want me to be?
As mean as you need to be. Hit me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend my last token to invoke Venomous Fangs on this black dragon
Ugh.
as it bites Cloudsbane's neck, which is normally protected by these frills, but it seems to get around them. It got a 7 total. So again, same options as what Sophie and Reyna just had. You can take 3 stress and a mild condition.
I'll take
A
1
moderate.
stress and a moderate, please.
Okay. You take the condition poisoned.
Okay.
As Cloudsbane gets sluggish and you can feel your own vision go hazy as this venom pumps into Cloudsbane's veins. You just feel slower and not fully there. Sophie, Reyna,
Yes, hi.
what do you do?
Where am I not where am I again? Like what can
You
I
have been tackled into this building. This bronze dragon has let you go and is kind of flying up to come down and slam into you again. Like a wrestler climbing back up to the top rope to jump down and slam you.
can Sophie even with 3 stress? What does that mean for Sophie?
Basically, if you take 2 more hits of anything, you are out.
Out as a dead or out as a just
Then we have a discussion about
good.
what you want to narratively happen.
Okay.
Then we have a hard discussion. You can also choose at any time. This is an option I haven't given any of you yet. But you can also always choose to concede, which will get you 3 tokens, but you are out of the fight. You have basically run away. And that is an option for you anytime, but you have to choose it before you roll for your turn.
um
You've gotten these people to safety. If everyone concedes now, you just lose all the medicine.
I think I only have like 2 stress left, I guess. So nah, I think we'll forcefully try to just dodge out of the way and like.
No, you're on the attack now, so
Oh,
you're not defending.
okay.
So you get to choose to attack or create an advantage.
I already did. What if I created an advantage already? Can I invoke that?
Yeah, on your attack, yes, you absolutely can. You can make Reina is the real problem true.
She's the problem and in trouble all at once.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Reina does not. I don't think backing out is Reina's speed. So, um,
Are you gonna do a flashy taunting attack here? Because that's
yeah, I think it's a last, like, okay, fine, if you're gonna take us out, then come at me, asshole, like
okay.
level.
Yeah.
Try to get out of the fire, kind of get up as high as possible. Um, and yeah, I guess I'll do it that
All
way.
right.
Try.
Great. Roll a flashy attack.
That is a 2. Okay.
+4, right? Or +5, because
Plus
you rolled.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's math. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to really make this a problem and invoke Reina as a real problem once or twice?
Do it twice. No, I want to be a problem. Yeah.
Yes.
That's an 11.
Yeah. I'm good with that. Yeah, I could work with that. I think can I do the I think I'm better than everyone and just go try to
Yeah.
like meet this guy head on again? Like
You grab on to this bronze dragon, and Vera, you're losing consciousness. And this black dragon lets you go and is swooping around to get the kill shot. And all of a sudden, Reyna drives this bronze dragon directly into the black dragon and slams them both on the ground with a roar as both dragons are taken out by this one attack. Um, Sophie, Reyna, do you think you kill either of these dragons?
that's a good question.
Uh-huh. I
I
will let you kill one or both of them in any choice you want to make.
like Godzilla, do I want to be? Um I think Rita will take the hint from Clash and just
Uh-huh.
like basically she won't kill them, but I
Uh-huh.
do think she purposefully like aims so their wings get just complete like they're not gonna
Uh-huh.
be able to fly ever again.
Excellent. Yeah. And uh
And I kind of want her to have that King Kong like Godzilla moment where she's just like standing on top of both of them, just like
yeah.
roaring. Right,
Yeah.
like I do this.
Yeah. You see Savannah and Tiny pick up this crushed train car and take off with it. And but Vera and Cloudsbane are just kind of flying a little bit like unsteadily toward the center of this fire. Vera,
Come on.
you see this Warren that the rest of us see as crashed in the ground, but in your head, it's home. Home's right there.
Oh no.
Let's go say hi to Florian.
I'd like that. I miss Osayan. What do the rest of you do?
Okay, yeah, I would try to swoop in and what is yeah, but Bolt is fast. Bolt is good. Thank you, Bolt, for this food. That's not it. Um, Bolt like the Flash. Oh yeah, duh. I'd like to spin around um Val and Cloudsbane as they're falling as quickly as
Uh-huh.
possible to create just like a little whirlwind that is to hopefully extinguish the fire there and then maybe
Uh-huh.
cushion pillow their fall. I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
They're not falling. They're just flying away from all of you and seem to kind
Oh,
of yeah.
so they're just like
Yeah.
even better. I have even more time.
Yeah.
To make sure it's a safe landing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you land on this warren that is tilted like 45 degrees as it has crashed into the ground. Um, and Vera dismounts Cloudsbane.
And I think Vera just slumps into Cloudsbane's wings.
Uh-huh. We can just take a nap here.
That sounds good. Florian will be by with a cup of tea shortly.
And Abigail, I think you hear Vera saying that.
I don't know what to do. Um yeah, I'm just jumping off a Bolt and
Uh-huh.
then I tell Bolt to get the others,
Uh-huh.
like quick, and then I just run and I'm trying to keep Vera awake however I
Uh-huh.
can.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna flash forward a little bit to that evening as you finally come to, Vera. You have the worst fucking headache, like a terrible hangover. Your whole body still feels sluggish, and you can't really remember what happened in the fight after you linked up with Midnight.
I think I see the eyes of my Warrenguard around me.
Uh-huh.
We won?
Yeah.
Everybody safe?
We won enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh. I'm getting too old
Are you
for
okay?
this. I'm getting too old for this.
Nah.
You're prime of your life.
And you reach out to Cloudsbane and you feel Cloudsbane is there sleeping, not feeling great either from the poisoning.
Good job, buddy. Took that one like a champ.
You Savannah comes in and says, I absolutely can't thank y'all enough. You saved my life, new kid.
I feel like Sophie's probably just like, yep, I'm yeah, like barely upright and just a mess. Just like, it's what I do.
Yeah. And well, Tilly is just so happy. She's been making y'all some food. We hope y'all stick around for dinner. We take us a few days to get this train back on the track, but we should be in tide hold in a few days. But hopefully y'all stick around for tonight.
I don't know that I'm any condition to fly yet, but
We got some pretty comfy beds on the train if
Sophie just immediately, as she just goes straight forward and like flops, like
Yeah.
Perfect.
Immediate.
She's out. She's tapped out. She's 3 of 3 stress. She's done.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think, oh, go
I
ahead.
think at a certain point, Vera's gonna pull um Savannah aside and say, I know you're short a rider, and I know someone that would really like to join the train patrols.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Abigail, the one with the guitar.
Oh, man, she's one hell of a rider, or they're one hell of a rider. You sure you can lose them?
Think about it. I'll talk with them.
I would be a rat fool to say no. So, yeah, if they want to, we would love to have them. We can, we'll be in Tide Hold in a few days. We can leave from there.
I'll see what I can do to get some strings pulled. Might take some doing.
All right, that'd be great.
And I mean, doesn't hurt their uncle's the Dragon Master General.
They're what?
We'll talk. Give her a clap on the shoulder.
Um, Garth is playing a sad song on his banjo, sitting around the fire. Um,
Vera will join in with the flute.
Catch Vera on the way back from that conversation.
yeah.
I think that Talon is lingering like right outside of the like door of wherever you were having that conversation with a very clear, I wasn't eavesdropping. Me? I would never do that. I don't know what you're talking about. But I think as you kind of walk in, just leaning, arms crossed, goes, so that was look, I don't want to overstep, but like Abigail was talking about what you were saying before
Mm-hmm.
when you were, you know, and I don't mean to overstep. It's not my business. But
Was I talking in my sleep?
sort of about Warren. And look, Robin's been really good for me. And I've been kind of fucked up for a while since I fell, and I don't think I really realized it. But I just think letting yourself be loved by someone, it makes the hurt less. And I respectfully, Commander, with the full acknowledgement that it's not in my business, I think you deserve to hurt less. And I think someone needs to say that to you. So I'm saying it. And if you want to, like, you know, punish me for that, I'll accept it. But I just think you need to hear it. So, not that I'm dating anyone, because we have a rule and I would never break a rule. So.
It's the fraternization between members of the Warrenguard that's the problem.
I knew that.
You're in the clear.
For sure.
And for the record, it's not that I ever stopped loving Florian. It's that it hurt too much to keep loving him. And I will walk away.
Yeah. I'm not going to follow you.
That's a good note to end the episode on.
Try to
And,
parent trap me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Next week we're off because I am at PAX East, but we're going to be back on the the 29th for the thrilling finale of Tidehold. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a super fun episode to run. Let's go around and plug some pluggables. We'll start with you, Val. Where can people find you? What are you doing on these days?
Yeah, hi. I am Val or Space Valkyries. You can catch me at Space Valkyries or twitch.tv/Space Valkyries either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday at 10:30 in the morning Eastern time, because that's what I do now, I guess. You can also read my short stories under the pen name VM Ayala. That'd be really cool. I forgot how to do the rest of my spiel, so that's all I got.
Excellent. And if you love Val's writing as Via Mayala, Val is also a writer for Warrenguard. I got the first draft of one of Val's stories this weekend, and y'all, it's fucking good. I hope you're ready. Let's hop over to James. James, who are you? What are you doing?
Hi, everybody. I'm James. I've been Talon Clash writer. You can find me on most social medias at either TTRPK or Nice One James, talking about LARP, making hit tweets with the crossover of the English Monarchy and Baldur's Gate 3, which I didn't expect in my week, but yeah, why not? Sure. I'm also a freelancing TTRPG safety tools consultant, so if you're looking to level up your safety systems, send me an email. I'd love to talk. You can also find me most Wednesdays over at twitch.tv/Starlight Tales, telling intrinsically queer and trans stories in one overarching sci-fi fantasy setting. This Wednesday, we're back to Fae nonsense, and I'm so excited for the crimes I'm going to commit. And yeah, you can find me here one more week. And that's me.
Miguel, who are you? Where can people find you? What are you doing these days?
Hi, hello, howdy, goodbye, everyone. I have been the internet's Miguel Clasico. You can find me wherever social medias are sold at Miguel_Clasico, sometimes without the underscore if you're like Blue Sky and TikTok, I think. I don't know. You can find me over hanging out in Pluto Cleric's Twitch channel on alternating Tuesdays. I think we're finally getting back to our Monster of the Week, Hades crossover. Death was easy. We're all dead. We're in Hades. We're trying to save it from Greek mythological horrors, etc. Other than that, hanging out in Helldivers, trying not to die.
Spreading democracy.
All
It's
right.
me.
And I have been Natalie Putum. I am the writer for Warrenguard, which is currently on BackerKit. We are just shy of $16,000. Remember, if you pledge $20,000, we get a new writer archetype by Jay Dragon. Jay is going to write something amazing for this game. All of this game is based on Jay's work, so getting Jay to write for it is insane. So help make that happen.
Yeah.
I will be a guest tomorrow morning on Morning Ritual, chatting with Anita and Noir, 10 a.m. Tune in. I think it's going to be a fun one. I'm super excited to be a guest on that show.
Heck yeah.
And I'll be at PAX East running Warrenguard. If you're going to PAX East, I'm going to have stickers for anyone that shows that they're a backer of a Red Dragon Rider. It's going to be very cool. There's something like we have 3 different GMs running Warrenguard at PAX East. It's one of the most represented games at Games on Demand,
Sick.
which is pretty wild. So if you want to play and you're in the Boston area, go. Also, if you're in the Baltimore area, tomorrow at Dreamers and Make Believers at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be having a Warrenguard party at this really cool local comic shop. So if you're anywhere in the Baltimore area and you can show up tomorrow, show up tomorrow. Let's hop over to you, Anita. What are you doing and what's happening on Critical Misses?
Hello, everybody. If you stuck around this long, I'm Anita. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. You can find me everywhere at Benita. I'm also the founder and channel runner for Critical Misses, so you can find me here. On Mondays, we have, I think, the finale of our Forged in the Dark game. That's Zero Games. And on Saturday, you can find me here for Morning Ritual, which is a TTRPG talk show. Our guest tomorrow is Natalie, Luck of the Harbor. On Sundays, you can find me over on Indoor Adventures channel, but not this Sunday because our GM is currently over at Breakout Con hanging out with AJ. And you can also find me on Start Playing Games under Critical Misses. If you want to play in a Kids on Bikes or Star Trek Adventures game, I'm running on that. I'm also part of Magpie CPP, so I'm also running Urban Shadows 2 and Avatar Legends through them. So if you want me to run a game for you, hit me up. That's it. That's all. That's me. And we're going to head off on a raid. Who do we want to go say hello to? I think, you know what? Let's go say hello to Chaotic Wholesome Presents, who's playing some Baldur's Gate 3. Again, Natalie, you want to sign us off?
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, Dragon Riders.
Bye.
Bye.
And we are clear.